Hi everyone. So today I'm do a review. It's actually my first review that I ever done for any product. I'm gonna review this power station, which is from EcoFlow. It's the River. It's not the Pro, but I have the extra battery that turns it into the EcoFlow Max, which double the capacity. And this is not a sponsored video. I paid for this myself with my own money, purchased it. We had a power outage a month ago in here in Texas that pretty much a snowstorm pretty much took down our grid, and we were out of power for a while. So I look into getting a power station just in case the next power outage. So today I'm gonna review this and talk about what I think of it. I just got it in yesterday. I just unboxed it, and this is the accessory that came with it. So let's see what's in the box with this. So it looks like we got some manuals, cables, instruction on how to hook up solar. So it looks like it's got a DC cable. Not sure what you can use it for. It's got the, I think an XT60 connector with an MC4 for the solar. And it's got the old school cigarette lighter with the XT60 connector that you can charge in the car. So this will come in handy if you're just driving and you can keep it plugged in and charged. You can run your portable fridge in it and leave it running. And this can be the solar. I don't have the EcoFlow solar, but I have the, I think it's called the Jack Powell solar. It's 120 watt. I'll test it out one day. We don't have much sun today, so I'll test it out when we get some sunlight. So let's see what's on here. So this is 288 watt hour battery capacity. It's got a 600 watt inverter on it. It's got 3 plugs on here. So it looks like it's got 3 AC outlet, the 120 volt. Then in the front here you have looks like the light that you can use for emergency or just to light up your area. I like the fact that it has a USB-C connector and it's 100 watt. Usually you don't see 100 watt. Usually you see about 40 watt, 60 watt. So this is great. You can plug in like your MacBook USB-C. It's got 3 USB charger. 2 of them is the regular speed, and then you got one that's a fast charge. And I think I charged one on my phone. I think it gone up to like maybe 10 watt charge. And then you got your secret lighter, which is the old school lighter from 12 volt DC. And the cable here, I think is where you plug this in for DC. You can also get the secret lighter that from this DC plug that turns into a secret lighter. You can also get that on Amazon, which pretty much it's this plug with the secret lighter in on it, and you can have like 2 more additional secret lighter for 12 volt. And let's see on this side, it's got the charging cable for AC. It's got the overprotection, which is kind of like the circuit breaker, which pops up when it trips, and then you just press it back in to reset it. And then you got the ground here, which you can, tighten your ground somewhere. If you put it somewhere stationary, you want it to be grounded. And then this is where the XT60 connector goes into for solar and for car charging. I like the fact that this charger is built in, so you only use this PC cable. That's what I like about it. You don't have to carry the external box charger. It's pretty much built in, and you just plug this in and plug into the wall and you start charging. That's what I like about this. You don't have to carry the bulky charger around. Just carry the cable, and you can get these cables anywhere. All your computers usually use them. Let's go ahead and turn it on. So it's 94% charge. We're gonna test the battery capacity here in a little bit. Once it's fully charged, I'm gonna go ahead and assemble this second battery too, the secondary battery, and put it on top, below this, and put this on top of it. So we'll do that here in a little bit. And let's see what feature it has here. It's got the light, bright. Oh, this is brighter. So it's got the low dim, and then it's got the brighter. Then it looks like the SOS Morse code flashing. Then you got your DC. Looks like you just press it once, it turns on. I like that you don't have to hold it. You just quick press and it turns it on. Same for this one here. Quick press turns on the AC, and you notice when you press it, you can hear the fan turn on. The fan actually come on, and then you see in the display here it shows 60 Hertz with the plug icon. And same thing for DC, which shows the car icon. And we'll go ahead and turn that off. Turn that off, and the fan goes off. The fan is not as noisy. You can still hear it, but you know, it's not as annoying. Let's turn it off. Okay, so that just goes into pretty much standby. It just turns off the display. Let's turn back on. So to turn it off, looks like you have to hold it. There we go. All right, and now it's off. So let's go ahead and add this second battery. All right, so I brought in my screwdriver. I didn't read the instruction, you know how some men are. So I'm guessing we'll just unscrew it and then take the bottom cover. So now it's got the second battery, which is called the River Max. So the Max just means that it's got the second battery. So this one should be now a total of how many watt hour? Let's see here. So it should be 576 watt hour now. It was 288, so we double up to 576 watt hour. And let's see what happens when I turn. All right, let's go ahead and turn it on. And look at that, the battery capacity, the power percentage drop. That's because it sees the second battery, which is not probably fully charged. So it goes down to 61%. And look at that. I like how it has the LED light on here, which I wonder if the color means anything when it's flashing. Maybe it means that it's on, it needs to be charged, but let's go ahead and let's charge it. All right, I got the cable plugged to the wall. Let's plug it in here. You can hear the fan come on. And it's showing input around 200 watt now. Well, it's going up. 250 or so. And it's saying it's take about an hour to recharge. It's currently at 61%. This is awesome. It's great. So the second battery works. Really simple. Just take out the bottom cover, unscrew it, take out the bottom cover, and make sure you get the longer screw that comes with the second battery. Screw it in, put the cover back on, and that's pretty much it. So it's charging at 260 watt right now. So I'm gonna leave it charging, and then we'll come back when it's fully charged, and then we'll do the battery capacity test and see if see how long it takes to discharge, and see if we're right on 576 watt hour or less or more. Thank you. We'll come back. All right, so it looks like it's fully charged. It's showing 100%. I just unplugged it from the wall. So now we're going to try to do the battery capacity test. So I don't have the kilowatt hour meter that plugs into the AC. So I did a different setup. So I'm plugged into this barrel connection, the 12 volt connection, and then I wired it into the shunt here, and then it goes into this meter, and then from that shunt it goes into this inverter, and the positive is here, the negative is on this side. As you can see, power goes here, the load goes here, and then in between is the meter, and then you got the positive here, and then it goes into this 400 watt inverter. And let's turn it on. So we're gonna press DC, and that turns on DC. And right now this inverter is reading 1 watt, 0.07 amp. It's not reading anything here yet. And we'll go ahead and turn it on. And that jumped to 5 watt. And it's 0.4 watt on this one. So we're going to do the battery capacity test using the DC side instead of AC. I like to do the AC. Eventually I need to get the meter for it, so we can test the efficiency on the inverters. But now we're just pretty much bypassing the inverter. We're going to, I think it's just the BMS and the battery. We're using DC. So I hooked up to this LED light, so I'm gonna turn on the switch here. And that turned it on, and now it jumped up to 60 watt at 4 amp. And then this is pulling around 60-ish watt or output. So it says about 10 hours or so it's gonna run out. So we're gonna let that run. And then I already reset the watt hour on this to zeros. And let's see how much we get. This is supposed to be about 576 watt hour or so. And let's see if we'll get anything close to it. So I'll return when it's completely done. Okay, we're back. It's the next day now. Looks like it turned off. So let's see how many kilowatt hour. Okay, let's turn that back on. 0% now. Let's turn on DC so we can check. 531 watt hour, and it's rated at 576 watt hour. So we're about 30 watt hours shy. So, which is not bad. It's pretty close. I think we're pretty much spot on, really, because you can really probably go a little bit more, but I think the power station is probably shutting it off. It's probably not hitting the BMS yet. It's probably the power station. So we're very close. So I think we're right on. So 576 watt hour rated, and we got 530. I think that's pretty good. I think it's pretty accurate. It's right on. All right, so let's try to charge it back up, but I don't have a solar hooked up, but let's try to pretend to be a solar. Let's imitate a solar. So let me go get my bench power supply, and we're gonna hook it up. Alright, so here's my bench power supply. I'm going to unplug this since we're not testing it anymore. So I'm going to use this one right here. This is the car adapter, which is plugged in as the same as the solar. And we're going to use the alligator clip to plug it in here and pretend to be solar. So 25. So the max solar on it is 25 volt, 12 amp. And we can adjust our power supply. We're going to adjust our power supply to just under 25 volts, and it max at 10 amp. So we just use 10 amp. So let me plug in the power supply. All right, let's turn it on. Nothing. Okay, now it's on. Let's turn it to about 24. So we're pretending to be, this is the solar. I don't have solar set up. So we'll pretend this is the solar. We'll make it 24 volt. All right, that's 24 volt. And we'll get this alligator clip here that I have plugged in here. And the tip on this is the positive, and the outside on it is the negative. And let's see if it starts charging. So it came on. Let's see what the charging. So the charging watt is slowly going up, but it looks like it's going back down. So I already turned this all the way up to 10 amps, so it's probably still trying. So it looks like it's charging. It's just going, thinking it's a solar, but it's really a power station. Power supply. And looks like it's charging. It's getting 130 watt, give or take. So looks like that's working. All right, we'll let that charge. But I think that will probably complete my video. So we'll let this run, but at least we know that it's charging like it's a solar. We're just pretending to be a solar with the power supply. So it says 3 hours at 160 watt to be fully charged. Okay, so that will conclude my review on this EcoFlow River Max. And if you have any comment, just comment right below. This is actually my first review, so excuse some of the mistake I do. This is the first time I'm actually testing and reviewing stuff. So if you think that I need to do something else, or you think that my test is not accurate, let me know. Thank you.